Living in a tiny house was my dream for so many years. It took me 5 years to get to the point where I am now, but I was thinking at least like 10 years ago about this. I saw this in Australia, in New Zealand, in Canada, and then I realized that a company like that exists in Poland. So that was my beginning with the tiny house. My motivation for living in a tiny house was my style of life, which I just cannot decide where I want to live. So that's the best idea for me, to have a Mobi house where I can move wherever I change my mind, I change my work, my life, so I can move with my house. So advantages of living in a tiny house for me, first of all, it's because you can move. For me, this is the biggest advantage, because at this moment I want to be here at this place, but maybe in a few months, maybe a few years, I want to go back to mountains, or I want to move somewhere else, and I can just take this with me and go wherever I want. And the other thing is, I actually really like that it's so small, because I actually don't need that many things in my life to feel comfortable. And this is basically everything I need. I have in such a small place, and everything is really close with me, and there's the basic things I love about this. That's a true story, that I was the first client of the Mobi House. I started this story with the Mobi House around about 5 years ago. They had 2 buildings before I actually joined, but I was the first one to choose the colors, choose the design of the house. So yeah, that was basically, you can say that I'm the first client of this company. I bought this house 5 years ago, and for that many years I can see how good quality of the materials and all the equipment this company is using, because after those 5 years there's no many issues actually. There's not that many things you need to fix, and everything is actually the same when I bought this, and was used for like 5 years. So it's pretty long time for the wooden construction. However, I can actually tell that's a perfect condition, and I'm really happy about that, because I don't need to do anything, which makes life much easier for me. I always follow my heart, and I actually don't really think about the reaction other people, how they're gonna think about my style of life. And I was really surprised that they are really happy, and they are really welcoming this idea, because first time when I showed this to my parents were really open, and they really support me in this idea. However, sometimes you can expect that people gonna think that's not the best idea maybe for me. Life could be easier if you live in a town. But now I can see after time when I'm here, and how many friends and family are visiting me, and they're really So the reaction of my family is showing me that my decision to buy a tiny house and live in a tiny house was the right one. I like the most the moment when I'm coming back from work and I can actually relax here on the deck, or I can go for a walk because I live in a really lovely forest where I've got lots of lakes, and even chopping the wood gives me this mood of relaxing and give me extra power as well, because you just feel so good when you can do something around your own house. I love the gardening as well, so that gives me such a joy.